This is the story of Shoreditch Station, a tiny village station in the heart of London's East End. Even if you lived in London, you may never have noticed or seen or been to this station. Even if you had been to Brick Lane or any of the surrounding markets, Columbia Road, Petticoat Lane, Spitalfields, Brick Lane itself, you may never have noticed it was there. The first time I noticed Shoreditch, I couldn't have been more surprised than if I'd found Narnia at the back of my wardrobe. There, steps away from the bustle of Brick Lane, stood this charming country station with its signal box in the sky, surrounded by a field and a farm. I have no idea why they ever built a station here, with Liverpool Street so close by. Shoreditch opened in 1876 as the first stop from Liverpool Street to destinations south, including Margate and Brighton. In 1913, the station switched allegiance, no longer taking passengers to Liverpool Street, but becoming part of what was later to be known as the Tube. Shoreditch was the most northerly station on the East London line, which ran from New Cross or New Cross Gate through the first underwater train tunnel, built by the father of Isambard Kingdom Brunel. Alan Gilby, a local poet, described the East London line in his poem Rush Hour.
Here is the Tube diving under the water, taking the nun and the Millwall supporter, the wearers of suits, the wearers of saris, the easily shot but dreadlock Rastafaris, the pained, the pierced, the taut and tattooed, the winding and grinding and recklessly rude, Crock Barnet, Afghanites with psychopath stares, the good and the bad and the dodging their fares, the school kids, the school kids, the school kids some more, the swearing and shouting and holding the door, wearers of Walkmans hermetically sealed, the jogging and jostled and secretly field, council flat shagwells, whopping go-getters, Surrey Quay semis, New Cross subletters, the smelling of brew and the needing a shower, a free German tourists who won't find the tower.
Shoreditch was a peripatetic station, only open weekday rush hours and for the Sunday markets.
I've been using this station, I used to live around the corner until I moved south of the river about 6 years ago, and I've come up here about between once and twice a month ever since, because it's so easy from New Cross Gate just to come up here and get my plants and anything else.
It's huge. This is a good duty station. Yeah, it's a beautiful place, and it's a really useful station to the markets.
Yeah.
It's like a little country station, isn't it? You know, if you come down here and find that someone put flowers out, you would go, oh right, great.
Yeah. On that bench eating salt beef bagel, and I would be the only person in the whole station, there would be nobody here. And then the train would come in and about 4 people would get off, and that would be it.
Since 1999, when it was revived for the final time, it fell under the joint jurisdiction of Pat and Joanne, the station managers, who cared for it like two attentive parents working shifts. Rarely there together, they each provided a personal welcome, a friendly ear to bend, and sometimes a shoulder to cry on, for passengers, locals, and the fraternity of itinerant drinkers who stood guard outside. Almost everyone who used the station has a fond tale to tell of it.
I remember one day I was late for work, and as I got into the station I could see the train was there, so I ran down the stairs trying to catch it. And just before I got to the train, I heard this clatter. I knew exactly what it was. It was my mobile phone that had fallen out of my pocket. Instead of falling onto the platform though, it had fallen onto the track, and I could see it in several pieces. I had to go back up to the station and tell somebody about it. The woman I spoke to was really friendly. It was very exciting as well. She had to turn the line off and then come back down with me and then get one of those metallic arm devices that can pick things off the track. And she got every piece of my mobile phone back together and I caught the next tube. I can't imagine that happening at Clapham Junction.
She always called me sweetie. No, darling or sweetie, but that was always different. English is not my first language, just moved here. I mean, someone calling me that, if I compare it to the French translation, she was really nice. Yeah, it makes you feel very special, you know, like part of the neighborhood and stuff.
In 2005, its last full year of service, almost 750,000 passengers used the station. This was almost double the number in 2003, and sounds quite a lot till you compare it to Liverpool Street, who clocked up a more showy 123 million passengers that year. On June the 9th, 2006, after 130 years of service, it was finally the end of the line for Shoreditch Station. Pat and Joanne waved goodbye to the last service from Shoreditch. There were big plans for the East London Line, bigger plans than this sleepy little station could accommodate. It was on the wrong alignment for the new extension, part of a new, ambitious overground which will encircle the capital. And, like the route masters that have gone before it, its stairs made it charming but inaccessible. On the day itself, it almost never opened. In a final fit of pique, the signals had blown and the drivers had to nudge the trains gently along the platform. Black bunting was put out in grim celebration, and after the speeches, Shoreditch closed its doors to the paying public for the final time. Wary of trophy hunters, Transport for London took the signs and memorabilia down almost immediately, and the building was secured. It was the end of the line for this Shoreditch station, and the building itself has fallen graciously into disuse, awaiting a new owner.
We've got to move on. I'm of an age that can remember Docklands when it was derelict, after the ships had gone, after everything. And I can remember like that. I lived through that, and I supported change then. I support change now. We've got the city is ever growing.
But these things, these things happen, so not really sad, just acceptable.
Looking forward, like, when all this is finished.
Yeah.
Go anywhere then, can't we?
So what are you going to do now?
I'm just going to put on my rollerblades and just go all the way to work. That's pretty much it. I won't be able to be lazy anymore.
Although pragmatic about the change and optimistic about the future, all of us who knew it feel the loss. Till the end it remained a quiet, quaint backwater, a haven, a gateway to a gentler world, a village station in the heart of London, one of those quirks of history that are easily forgotten but worth remembering.
Yes, I remember Shoreditch, the name, because one afternoon, confused, I took the wrong train from Whitechapel. It was late June, and we trundled and jogged, the train and I, through cuttings that cut through who knows, till we stopped at a single platform and sat there in repose. Then, for 1 minute, a blackbird sang. and peace and calm, till the whinny of a horse arose from some nearby urban farm. The air brakes hissed, someone cleared his throat. No one left, and no one came. At that country station platform, a stone's throw from Brick Lane.